Same thing we have in this parasha. Hashem didn't punish the entire nation. He punished the leaders. He punished all the leaders. The nation complained. The leaders didn't rebuke them. They didn't tell them, have some Emunah. Hashem brought us all the way here. What? To kill us? What? He's not giving us food from Shamayim every day? You complaining about chicken? You have millions of sheep and millions of cows right next to you. Go slaughter one of them. You're not short on meat. They have tons and tons of cattle. You want meat? Go eat meat. What are you complaining to Hashem for? Say something. Nothing. No. If I tell them, maybe they'll be offended. So let them talk to God. But they're not talking to God. They're complaining to God. You have no right to complain to God. The fact that you're alive, you should already thank God for that. Complaining to God. So, when the leaders did not rebuke, they get the punishment. This is why, after Hashem killed all of them, burned all of them, this is in, for anyone who wants to check, chapter 11, verse number 1. Not hard to find. 11:1. After Hashem burned all of them, Moses complained. Moses complained. Moses is saying to Hashem, why have you done evil by your servant? Why have I not found favor in your eyes that you placed the burden of this entire people upon me? Meaning you killed all the other people. Now everything is on my head. I have no one to help me. Did I conceive this entire people, or did I give birth to it? That you say to me, carry them on your bosom? They're not my kids, they're your kids. Why are you dropping them all on my head? I have nobody to help me. I alone cannot carry this entire nation, for it is too heavy for me. And if this is how you deal with me, then kill me now, if I have found favor in your eyes, and let me not see my evil. Meaning, I can't handle this people. It's too much for me. And I'd rather you kill me than me hurt your nation. Not kill me because I don't want to do what you say. It's your holy people. I can't lead them. I can't lead them by myself. Moshe Rabbeinu. I can't lead them by myself. He says, I'm better off dying. Better off killing me than me doing it by myself. So Hashem says, okay. Hashem said to Moses, gather to me 70 men from the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of the people. So here, almost done. Hashem is telling Moshe Rabbeinu to build the first Sanhedrin. Why the first Sanhedrin? Because the previous ones that we had, Hashem killed all of them, and Hashem is specifically telling him, gather me 70 men from the elders whom you know to be the elders. What do you mean you know? Not the oldest people. Meaning you know they're righteous. You know they're going to rebuke. You know they're going to tell people the truth. Not fakers like we had. We don't need the fakers. Fakers Hashem doesn't want. He doesn't want fakers. We have enough fakers in the world. And this is one of the things we have to put things into perspective. Gemara says, if someone knows of somebody else's sin, knows they're sinning, but doesn't want to tell them anything. And you have the connection. Not that you just know this guy exists in the world. You know, what's his name? Zuckerberg? Zuckerberg exists, but you have no connection to him. I'm not talking about that. Somebody connected to you, your family, your friend, somebody. And you never take the opportunity to tell them the truth, tell them Torah. and you had the ability to do it, but you don't do it. Rabbi Yehuda says, Rabbi says, who wrote the Mishnah, put together the Mishnah, says you take on the sin. That's how bad it is. It's a big responsibility to be Jewish. That's why I keep telling people, want to convert, want to get into Judaism. It's not easy being Jewish. It's not easy being Jewish. You have a big responsibility. But if you take the responsibility and you fulfill it, you have endless reward. It's worth it. In today's generation, we have too many people focusing on small things. There was a story that was just published about Bill Gates. Bill Gates decided that he wants to donate, I think it was like 100,000 chickens to a poor country. It's either 100,000 chickens or 1,000,000 chickens to a poor country. He said it's better to donate all these chickens than giving them computers. Because chickens, at least they can eat. Or maybe they can make eggs and make money. That was his logic. He picked who? Bolivia. The Bolivian president rejected the present. Even though they have 40% poverty in Bolivia, he rejected the present. So there's two sides to this coin. On one end, the Bolivian president has so much gava, so much arrogance. He says, "No, we're fine. We don't need anybody's donations. We'll manage." Sometimes somebody has so much pride, even if you want to help them, they don't want. Why? Because if you give them donation, that means we're poor. And chas v'shalom, the world thinks we're poor. What do you mean? It's public knowledge. 40% of the country is below poverty. Well, you think you're the only one that knows it? It's public knowledge. Sometimes when somebody has so much pride, they don't think reality. That's his problem here. On the other side, Bill Gates made a mistake. He picked the wrong country. Why? Because Bolivia happens to produce about 100 million chickens per year. They have a lot of chickens. They don't need your 1,000,000 chickens, 100,000 chickens. But this is what's happening in the world today. A lot of people want to give HaShem what He has a lot of. So people, what do they say? Oh, let me donate to Sudah Shlishit, to the Beit Knesset. HaShem has millions of them up there. Let me donate to put a nice plaque in the Beit Knesset. He has another 100 million of them up there also. Let me donate a few more Sfarim that no one's going to read at the Beit Knesset. Okay, he has a lot of those also. Everyone wants to give for what Hashem has a surplus of. Why don't you give him some Jews?
Torah doesn't allow it.
Someone has to have zchut to do kiruv. Have to have zchut to give tzedakah. But from learning this, that's how we beat it. That's how we beat it. The only way to beat the Yetzer Hara, as we said in the beginning of the Shiur, is Torah. What's the Shiur? It's not math. It's not history. It's Torah. Hashem has Sudah Shlishit at the Beit Knesset already. He has millions and millions of people every week. They donate for Sudah Shlishit. He has 1 million people donating a few sidurim because the old ones are not fashionable anymore. He has those too. But Beit Knesset in Brooklyn, in every corner there's 3. How they fit 3 in every corner, I don't know, but there's 3 in every corner. There's surplus of Beit Knesset. Give him some Jews. Support Talmidim Chachamim. Barely surviving, $500 a month they get from a kollel. Support the Torah itself. Sifrei Torah, Baruch Hashem, we had one when we had some money, we got one written. But if I knew what I know today, never would I put the money towards Sefer Torah. But Avrechim, with the amount of money I spent on a Sefer Torah, I could support 10 Avrechim for a couple of years, a few years. But people, no, everyone that has money, they want a Sefer Torah, $50,000, $60,000. Okay, the Beit Knesset has 30 of them. They can't use 30. When they use 30? On Simchat Torah, everyone runs around with the Sefer. But reading it? Can't read 30. At most, use 3 a week. Which means that your Sefer Torah, at best, we read once a year. Once a year, you spend 60,000, 100,000, 200,000 on a Sefer Torah. Once a year, someone's going to read it. Instead of the Avrech that's learning from morning to night, instead of the Kiruv that's saving souls, someone's going to send their kids to yeshiva instead of the public school. HaShem has a lot of those already. We have to investigate. And that's the main thing that I tell everyone. Everyone needs to understand. It's not a nice thing to do. It's an obligation. It's mamash, an obligation for every Jew to do Kiruv. It's an obligation for every Jew to tell the truth. Because right now, we learned from this parasha, HaShem doesn't like fake rabbis. He doesn't like fake people. We learned from here, fake rabbis, the fake leaders, they died first. Next thing after that happened, Moshe Rabbeinu said, I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. That's why I tell people all the time, listen, the Rabbi Mizrahi has been doing this for 22 years. And we're going to finish with this point. He's been doing it for 22 years, doing Kiruv. He's helping people. There's a couple of other good rabbis out there doing Kiruv. But let's say 250,000 people did tshuva in the last 20 years. Let's say 250,000 people from Rabbi Mizrahi. And a couple of other rabbis, let's say 20 years, 1 million people did tshuva. We still got 15 million more. And that's just Am Yisrael. That's not including the rest of the righteous people within the nations. Not everyone's wicked. There's plenty of righteous people. Which means that even if you had 10 Rabbi Mizrahis, it's still not enough. 100 Rabbi Mizrahis, it's still not enough. Why? Because we have a lot of people. We have a lot of work to do. So Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, I can't do it by myself. Everyone must take on Kiruv every day. 5 minutes a day. If you spend any time with people, you can do Kiruv. If you spend time on the internet, you have a profile on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, I don't know, countless other types of social media out there, take 5 minutes a day. Get a YouTube video or Torah Anytime video is even better because there's no Yetzirah over there. Go to Torah Anytime. Take one of the videos that you like. You like this lecture, a different lecture. Take the clip and send it to people. 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. Send it to people. Get them to discover the truth. 5 minutes a day. You can do more than 5 minutes, do more than 5 minutes. Torah, if it's relevant to them, yes. If it's relevant to them, sure. The 7 laws of Noah, if they're looking to discover Judaism, then yes. But if it's unsolicited completely, you can just send them the 7 laws of Noah. But if they're looking to, if they're in the process of converting, you're allowed to give them everything. Either way, focus on doing Kiruv at least 5 minutes a day. At least 5 minutes a day. You're on the internet already? Take 24 hours, take 5 minutes, do Kiruv. You're not on the internet? Fine. You go to work. You're in a public. You go to a store. You go buy cars. You go buy bagels. You never know what's going to happen. Baruch Hashem, I had a guy that sold me a car a year and a half ago. Year and a half ago. Nice guy. I talked to him. Find out, okay, he's not keeping. So I'm in the process of buying a car, but I don't really care about the car, so I start talking about HaShem. I just got a call, what was it, Friday afternoon? Hey, Yaron, I just wanted to let you know, I told my company that either they fire me or I don't work on Shabbat anymore. And Baruch Hashem, for the last couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, I've been keeping Shabbat. The whole car was worth it just for this call. Just for this call. For what? How much time did I spend with him? Once people know the price, they do it. When Moshe Rabbeinu complained to Hashem, I don't have anybody to help me, Hashem sent him help. He sent them help. You need help, you need finances, you need a zivug, you need miracles, anything you need. You spend some time telling people the truth, you'll get whatever you want. There's no question about it. Anything you want. I always tell people, you want to see miracles? Do Kiruv. Whether it's refuah, you need health, you need money, you need anything you need in life. Spend time worrying about Hashem's children. Because it doesn't pay to be fake. Especially not a fake rabbi. So I honestly don't understand what Torah they're learning. When they don't tell people the truth, I don't understand what they're doing. It doesn't pay to be fake. Hashem is telling you specifically in this parasha and in practically half the Torah that He hates them. He hates fake people. It doesn't pay to be fake. All the money in the world is not worth being fake for 1 minute. To give you an example of a miracle of how significant Kiruv is to Hashem, I'll give you another real life story. There's a lot more to this parasha, but we'll finish with this point because I think we've hit the core of what we wanted to cover today. I told you in the book of Jeremiah, Hashem said, if you do tshuva, you'll stand next to me. Meaning, it's the first part of the verse, you do tshuva, I'll always accept you. But not accept you like a second-rate citizen. Where, he's a Baal Tshuva, he's not a frum from birth, like they call it. Religious since he was born. Oh no, he's just a convert. Or frum. No, Hashem says, you do tshuva, you convert, you stand right next to me. Right next to me. Not in the second room. Right next to me. Next to me you'll stand. I'll never even look at your past. You do full tshuva, legit, 100%. No half Shabbat. No eating kosher only at home, but you're eating tuna at a diner. That's not kosher. No, 100% genuine, you'll be next to me. That's the first part. Second part of the verse says, Im tavi akar mizolel kepi tiyeh. But if you help somebody do tshuva, you'll be like my mouth. Chazal asks, what does it mean you'll be like my mouth? Hashem responds, I created the heaven and the earth, and I can bring back the dead. You'll be able to do the same. Someone I know very, very closely, about a month ago, took their 2-year-old kid to a doctor. Kid was born with water in their ear. And the doctor said when he was born, listen, if it doesn't go away, you're going to have a surgery. Sometimes it goes away though. It goes away naturally when they grow, especially during the first couple of years, but if not, you're going to have a surgery. I didn't know. Parents are very worried. 2 years have passed. They go to the doctor. He says, I'm sorry to tell you, kid's not developing the right way. That's why it took him longer to walk, longer to develop. Very, very cute kid, by the way. But the water's still there and you have to have a surgery. New parents find out that even old parents find out that 2-year-old needs to have a surgery. It doesn't matter what kind of surgery. It could be a surgery on a nail. Devastated. They're devastated. To have a surgery in their head, you might as well give them a heart attack. Who needs this problem? Father's tzaddik. Doesn't say anything. Trust in Hashem. What do you do? Fulfill this verse. What do you say? Nachshon ben Aminadab, what do you do? Start crying to Hashem? No. Hashem said, move forward. Trust me. What do you do? I announced about 2-3 weeks ago, we're coming out with the CDs. First time coming out with CD, Baruch Hashem, we have 300-400 hours worth of Torah online. So we said, no, let's make our first CD. The CD is very good, helps people listen to it in the car, helps people do tshuva. It's also very good. People that are not going to watch YouTube, but they'll see a CD at some store somewhere. So I said, listen, we have 15 million people. We can't start off small. Can't start off with 100 CDs. So I said, you know what? We're going to raise money to get at least start off with 25,000 CDs. 25,000. Each CD is $1. $25,000 for 25,000 CDs. B'ezrat Hashem, 25,000 souls we save. Each CD has 30 hours of Torah on it. 30 hours of Torah. short clips of 15 minutes, shiurim of 2 hours. It's going to save a life. It's going to save a soul. I've seen it already, so it's the same thing. I announce it online. He's one of the first to contact me. He goes, yes, listen, I can't miss this opportunity. Sponsoring 1,000 CDs. Very exciting. It's Baruch HaShem. But I don't think much of it. I just think Baruch HaShem is another tzaddik in the world. Donating $1,000, 1,000 CDs. Bezrat HaShem, we're going to save another 1,000 people. Thursday is D-Day. Thursday, just passed, showing up to the doctor. Doctor says, it's the last check before the surgery. It's the last check. Doctor says, okay, let's do the CT scan. Takes the little boy, CT scan. He looks at it. Looks at the boy. He looks at it again. And he brings his associate. And he looks at the boy again. He's like, where's the kid? Where's the little boy? She goes, what do you mean? This is my son. It's my only 2-year-old son. He goes, no, it's not the same kid. It's not the same boy. She goes, what do you mean? It's my son. He goes, well, it's not the same head. There's nothing here. There's not even a mark that anything ever happened. He says, a yeled mushlam. The kid is complete. Nothing. He brings his partner, one of the associates, and the guy says, why are you wasting my time? Let the kid go home. He has nothing to do here. When HaShem said, you spend time on my kids, you worry about my children, I'll worry about your children. Kepi tiyeh. Real life miracle, Baruch HaShem, I found out. It happened Thursday, I found out Friday. If that's not a miracle, what else you want? This is the type of stuff that happens every day. Just got to pay attention to it. It's mamash. HaShem is giving us an opportunity to collect an endless fortune. Do Kiruv, learn Torah, do genuine tshuva, build Emunah, connect to HaShem. You have eternity that's only good. Opposite, watch wasting seed shiur, you'll find out. Any questions? Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen ve'amen. See if this works.